Icky. Alright. So we got some stuff going on this week. You know, I mean, we got stuff going on every week, but this week, you know, let me open up my restream here just to see if everything's working. Episode 11. Come on, guys. We're going to change that. Episode 12. Calling this baby steps, alright. Okay. Now that we're back, we are live. We've got some stuff to talk about. I mean, you may ask what's with the getup. I'm doing laundry, but you know, I can have me some ears. Not going to, but I got me some ears. All right. So I got to play a couple matches this week, and we've been looking at the new Apocalypse map that came out with Season 2 last Friday, and I tried it. I enjoyed it, to be completely honest. I mean, it's a nice small map. A little bit of a refresh from, I don't know. Nuketown's just tiny. Everything else, like, although it's actually like a small map, it just feels bigger. And then we've got just some terribly huge maps in our 6v6s. So, Apocalypse was a nice little refresh. What I thought about it was, man, I'm gonna date myself here, but it kind of gave me a little bit of like Legends of the Hidden Temple vibes. Oof, I just got wiped. Okay. It gave me some Legends of the Hidden Temple vibes in the sense that just the main feel, it kind of looked like some ruins, and it kind of, how am I trying to word this? How do I word this? So the whole ins and outs of it just kind of felt like, with all of the, where's my mix so weird? Okay, it just kind of gave me the feel, since you're like running under that like scaffolding type stuff back into this, like ruined temple looking deal. That gave me just some Legends of the Hidden Temple vibes, just because it was a TV show. But at the same time, the parts where you're not doing that, it just kind of feels like a, kind of like an Indiana Jones movie. I mean, it was nice. Sorry about that. The graphical quality is great. But we need to kind of change. We needed that change, because we get all of these maps that are like how am I putting this? We get all of these maps that either feel huge or are huge. And like with Nuketown, it's a small map. It's a small map, but it's kind of like a suburban wasteland kind of deal. It just kind of brings us into the, like, it brings us almost into, like, the present here, which, I mean, the whole point of, like, a video game is kind of not be here, be there instead. So, like, I don't know. So, with this Apocalypse map, I mean, it's small, and then it kind of reminds you of like it reminds me of like a kind of a very expensive TV set kind of deal. And that being said, you know, even if you think it's like a TV set, it's not anywhere near what you would be in, like what situation you'd find yourself in. So, but at the same time, the parts that don't make you feel like, oh, this is like a production set, it just kind of feels like something straight out of a movie. Like that whole part, like one of the starting zones is kind of like you're starting in like a ruins, and like in a movie, this would be like right before you enter the temple. Right before you enter the temple, you'll be in this area. This is kind of where everybody meets and plans out. You can still see outside, but you can see the inner, like, bowels of the, you know, the ruins that you're going to explore. So it's not really that grounded in reality. Whereas, I mean, take a look at Miami Strike. Oh, you wanna escape your 9-to-5 job? Here, let's go to Miami at night. Like, it just kind of feels like it's not. Because in my personal opinion, you know, most of the like Call of Duty maps themselves are either supposed to look like real places, and or they're like specifically made for Call of Duty. Now, if you look at something like Crossroads Strike, actually, let's just do Armada for instance. You know, you're fighting on a boat. You know, a type of boat that the average person would never seen before. Heck, I don't even know if that kind of boat is used for anything other than military purposes, but it also kind of looks like it's just like a passenger cruise ship, so I'm not really sure. And but there's a submarine in there too that you can run across the top of. It's like, when are you ever going to find that in reality? Unless you're just on a little speedboat zooming around the seas, I guess. Even then, it's maybe. But you look at, you know, Apocalypse. Again, I keep comparing it to like a TV set because that's kind of what it feels like to me. And whenever you're gonna find that? I mean, if it's a TV set, you might actually stumble upon it, depending on where you live. If it's in LA or it's in, you know, Bollywood or whatever, you have no idea. But it's possible. Possible you can run onto that type of situation. And that's kind of like the refresh that I almost think that we need. Which is why I like this Apocalypse match so much. I need to bring back up my patch notes because I forgot to write them down. Okay, so we're going to go patch notes. For the last update, which is patch 1.9.3, for multiplayer, they only made one change that they'll willing to admit. I mean, I say willing to admit because maybe they changed something. Okay, come on, let's be honest. We all play this game, probably. They probably changed something that they're not telling us about. So, the one playlist update that they'll admit to for multiplayer is for the Rapid Fire Mosh Pit, which isn't actually a change, except the fact that they added a hardcore Rapid Fire Mosh Pit to Quick Play. Which means, you know, I thought the idea was a good idea, but I didn't see a point in playing it just because it wasn't hardcore. I normally play hardcore unless it's Warzone, so why would I go, like, out of my way to play this game mode? I kind of wish if they did new game modes like this, that they would, like, right off the bat, instead of, oh, last week we got this hardcore rapid fire mosh pit. Oh, that sounds cool. Am I gonna see it in hardcore? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Challenges. The Guerrilla Warfare Season Challenge now tracks kills from any weapon that the player picks up, not only from weapons from players they've killed. The Guerrilla Warfare, if I'm remembering correctly, that is just saying that the you kill enemies with picked up weapons, which, I mean, if you're looking at a 10v10 on a small map, like let's just use Modern Warfare Shipment for example, who knows what weapon you're picking up? If you shoot a guy probably died there 4 seconds earlier. So I think this change is a good one, just because of the fact that, like, it's hard to keep track of who you killed, so how can you pick up their specific weapon? They updated the daily Helping Hand daily challenge that now properly attracts spy plane assist score. I'm not sure how it was improperly attracting before, just because of the fact that, like, when I go and throw up a UAV, well, sorry, spy plane, it would tell me, like, the second I threw it up, oh, you got an assist. So I don't know why it was improperly tracking to the point of it being a problem. I mean, okay. They did make a couple changes to the ladders on League Play. If player gets incorrectly placed into a broken ladder, playing another match will put the player into a functional ladder. Okay, what's a broken ladder? Does it say anything about it? Probably not. Probably not in the League Play, like, game mode-ish. What's a broken ladder, Activision? This is what I mean, like, they either don't tell us things they've changed, or it's kind of pretty vague. So if you look at the patch notes at all, it literally says if players incorrectly placed into a broken ladder, playing another match will put the player into a functional ladder. Like, what does that even mean? What's a ladder? Where was one? They're either, like, not said or, like, super vague most of the time. And it's just really, really confusing to the point of it being frustrating. Like, we're gonna go back to that ladder again, because another thing that they fixed was where they addressed an issue that could cause other names on the ladder to be blank. What's a ladder? Why is it blank? What do you mean they're showing up blank? You know, like, I just don't get... I just don't get why they put out such vague pass notes. Why can't they let us know what they fixed? I mean, they don't even admit something's wrong half of the time. How many times have we got the stim glitch? We're gonna go on to zombies for the Outbreak game mode. They're already fixing things. I mean, it's been released for like a week or two now, and I've heard it's great. I haven't gotten the chance to play it just because I don't have I don't really play zombies by myself, and I can't really find friends that will play it to fill a full team for me to actually experience everything. But they added various stability fixes related to objectives in Outbreak. I mean, if you look at the notes that I write just for this, I mean, oh, there are challenges in Outbreak that are the stability's been fixed. Okay, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, and there's probably a group of group of people whose job it is to write patch notes. So like, why do I put more information out there? Like, that's what I've never understood. Why can't they write a decent set of notes, I guess? They also resolved an issue that prevented completing the objective if a player carrying a canister left a co-op match in progress. What's a co-op match in progress? What objective are they talking about? They also resolved an issue that caused graphic corruption when using the Frenzied Guard field upgrade. I mean, I don't know if any of you know like what it takes for game design, but I mean, you don't just look and be like, "Oh, we're releasing Firebase Z tomorrow. Guess we better start it." There's some time put into this. There's testing put into this. Why was stuff like this not found during the tests? Why are they releasing games that are buggy? I mean, we could get a little more onto how to fix this later, but shouldn't most of it be fixed before, as the players, we see it? Right. With Intel, they addressed an issue where a player could not listen to 3 radio transmissions in Firebase Z. How many radio transmissions are in Firebase Z? I'm gonna guess quite a lot. You know, like, what 3 are you talking about here? What 3 transmissions? I mean, that is dumb. I don't know. They also order things weird because, that's when from my Blizzard launcher, if I click the patch notes icon, it brings them up in order. So I just read 1.93 that came out on 3.5. Also, these buttons don't do anything. But why does it go 310492? Can I even find 1.94? Oh, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna look these up on the internet just to see if maybe... Black Ops Cold War... 1.9.4? Why are they putting 1.9.6? I can't even find it. Okay. So they're saying some people are claiming the success of Warzone's been said to boost sales of Black Ops Cold War. I mean, let's just load up that game here quick. This might take a little bit, actually. Why did 9 things happen whenever I click a button? What? Rapid fire. I saw something about an anime fighter pilot bundle, and it just brought me up to Firebase Z News, I guess. I have things going on. That's not a nerd. Announcements. And everything is bugging out now. Let's open my task manager. Oh, we're back. Okay. Checking for updates, fetching online profile. This always takes so long. I've just successfully crossed launch. I get that every single time. Why? If it's an achievement, do it once. So you see, you go into Warzone, there's a new operator bundle. Go into the store, Black Ops Cold War, all of these things, you know, you open it up. Oh, this is what I was talking about. You know, it kind of pushes that. There's a free bundle. I am doing this. When you open Warzone, there's just a lot of the newest game coming out. Where is it? And it must be working since they've sold a lot of copies of Cold War. When, you know, which means it begs the question, are they going to do the same with COD 2021? I mean, probably. But with the Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Zombies timelines merging together, it could cause bigger download sizes, possibly even bringing it down to one franchise game every 2 years with constant updates. It'd be good in the aspect that Infinity Ward has 2 years to build a game and then 2 years to bug fix before the next game. Which, I mean, so when we do have these smooth, seamless transitions into Warzone, there isn't nearly as many bugs. Which would be so nice. Plus, at the same time, if you've got 2 years to build a game, you know, you're not going to have... You know, there's things like with the thing they fixed in Zombies. If you've got the new... If you use the new ability, it's not going to wreck your game. It's not going to... You know, like, there's time for more testing and more fixing for things like that. Which, you know, I'm all for. If I had to play the same game for 2 years... Oh my god, how long have we been playing Pokemon? It's the same game that's been going on since, you know, like 1998. So, you know what I mean? Like, even if we did get only like one game every other year, they're integrated together in Warzone. And I think that'd be okay with. But at the same time, for right now, it means, you know, that Modern Warfare is in a weird place. Just based solely on the fact that these games are only designed to be, how do I say this? They're only designed to be around for about a year at a time, year and a half. Where is it at? Which means, you know, since it's integrated into Warzone, the game still needs to be relevant for the foreseeable future. Since Warzone's got tie-in challenges, operators, and story. So when Modern Warfare's finally dropped from Warzone, all of those weapon changes and balances, operator stories, and playstyles might just go away altogether. Or kind of just be left in there, like, in limbo, until eventually, you know, nobody knows why. Like, if they keep swapping off every year, when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year Edition is, you know, finally made irrelevant, and just, I still want that, is gone. Like, who's gonna know who Kruger is? Nobody. Is he in the game? Yeah. Where, I mean, I don't know the storylines for most of these characters, but at the same time, like, if you wanted to, you could go back and play through the campaign of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but once it stops getting support and they pull it offline, like, what's gonna happen? I gotta relaunch the game. On another note, where are we at? Some players are finding the new Modern Warfare, or not Modern Warfare, the new Black Ops Cold War menus just a little confusing to follow. I kinda get it. Just based on the fact that, like, gotta wait for this game to pull up. I kinda get it based on the fact that, like, this game was out for months with the menus the way that they were. And all of a sudden they change. That part I understand. But to me, it just kind of feels like the Modern Warfare menus with an extra click. Whenever it decides to load in, I mean, checking files. Still hate these pop-ups. Alright, so when you go in and you go to your quick lay, you know, you've got your, it brings you up to this side menu. it brings you up to this little side menu. Whereas with Modern Warfare, you'd have to highlight it, scroll over a little bit, and then there'd be a filters button. So that's the kind of thing that I don't really get it. Why people find them confusing. But that's kind of just me. Treyarch did release a tweet a couple days ago that the prop hunt game mode. Oh. Okay, my notes are kind of dumb. I forgot a couple words. Okay, so the Cold War prop hunt game mode is taking a break while they add 2 new maps, Satellite and Miami Strike 6v6, and new props. Like, what kind of props? And are they going to change the Satellite map at all? I have friends online. Oh. It's like, what kind of props are they going to bring? And if you, like, are they going to change Satellite? Because Satellite is just kind of an open map. I think I'm going to burn through a couple of these XP tokens tonight just because. How many do I have for XP? Okay, so I got 315 minute, 330, 145, and an hour. And then I don't need double weapon XP. I wish you could trade those for, like, COD points or whatever. Yeah, what are they going to do with Satellite to make it a viable prop hunt map? You can't hide amongst the sand as a traffic cone or whatever, you know, like, I just don't know how they're going to, I don't know how they're gonna just incorporate it, I guess. Where is it? But, since we have our new Season 2 update, we've got a... Why? Why do you gotta do the thing? Okay, let's go that one. I gotta deactivate it. And then activate it. Yeah. No. Yes, there we go. Okay. Why do my all of my USBs reset the second I start streaming? I have no idea. I mean, we're half an hour in, but it feels like it. But with Season 2, you know, we got some changes. And according to Game Rant, they say that Season 2 is a step in the right direction. And when I first read this article, I'm sitting here thinking, what are you talking about? But, you know, then once I read why, I kind of agreed with it. So according to them, in multiplayer, the problem on release was there was a lack of maps. I mean, there's like, what, 5? 5, 6? I can't even remember. It's been so long. But they started to fix it with Season 1, which added traditional maps along with gunfight maps. With that gunfight map, that's when we first saw the gunfight playlist. Or not playlist, game mode. And although I haven't really played gunfight, I can see the appeal. I still miss gun game. I thought that was fun. I thought it was stupid and made me yell all the time, but I thought that was fun. But with the new gunfight, you know, when they added in gunfight maps and the game mode, you know, that means you had multiple maps to play, multiple different game modes to play. And, you know, there's just more content overall. But with Season 2, we not only did we get the Apocalypse map, which again, I'm a fan of. I've only played like maybe 2 matches, but I'm a fan of, you know, this new map. But with the adding that new map, they also changed some of the current maps. You know, they took they removed some sections that the players weren't using and tweaked them based off of fan feedback. What this actually means, I'm not entirely sure, because most of the time, if you just see my playlist, I go in and I play that, and what the heck? Do we have? We don't. Okay. Literally, most of the time if I play, I have like Hardcore Nuketown 24/7, and then until I guess today I was playing Apocalypse. So I'm not sure how they removed things and made things better or whatnot, but GameRant says that this makes for tighter maps that provide exciting multiplayer matches and often less ways for players to exploit the environment for cheap victories. Now, this kind of stuff that I get. Okay, I know I'm home alone. Why did I think I heard somebody? But in Zombies, which is arguably the most impact made with Season 2, they added the new Outbreak Mode, which kind of headlines the whole Season 2, which allows players to complete various objectives, all while upgrading weapons, killing zombies, and exploring large open areas. I mean, we talked last week, there are also zombies in Warzone now, so that's getting integrated. With that new content, we're back around to the new Warzone map. Since leakers have been saying for a while that Verdansk will be blown up with a nuke, and more recently blown up because of the zombie invasion. Whether we get a new map or not, Season 2 is setting Warzone up for some big changes. Whether we've got, more zombie integrations, meaning more like Warzone play modes. Or not play modes, Warzone game modes. Or whether, what if they turn Verdansk into a giant zombies map? That's another game mode and that's another challenge. Or are they going to nuke it for the zombie invasion and then, you're just kind of on your own here? Nobody knows. That's something I'm kind of thinking. That's something I'm kind of thinking might happen. But I'm hoping it'll happen actually, but as like a secondary game mode, if that makes sense. So you get this new Warzone map, whatever it may be. And I'm not set to 60 FPS on my one main PC. Okay. That could explain like a lot. But you get this new Warzone map, whatever it may be, and then you can go back to Verdansk, but like post-apocalyptic Verdansk. Maybe as like a smaller game mode, just take like sections of it, so instead of like all of Verdansk, you split it up into quarters, and you can queue in with like 30 teams, so like a rebirth size portion of the map, and you'll have to fight each other and the zombies at the same time. I feel like that would be like a fast and challenging but fun game mode. Whatever it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Let's get a little bit more annoying here. Because players are seeing issues with the end of every plunder match. We're not talking end of some plunder matches. We're talking all of them. So the problem that everyone's seeing is from the 30 to 40 second post-game lobby. Some of you might already know what I'm talking about. But in that pregame lobby, everybody is in one giant voice chat. You know, that's if you don't get knocked out early on, leave, and go to fight another match like I do. uh, that being said, I don't play Plunder that often, but I think that'd be a little irritating. Because a giant voice chat with one winning team and 30 losing teams. Again, I haven't played in a while. I haven't played Plunder in a while. But one winning team and like 30 losing teams, that's never a good mix. I mean, you're gonna hear some words you didn't know, some words you didn't know, some words that are probably just gonna be invented for the first time. And I can see why players would be upset for that. But we're gonna talk just a little bit on the last thing that's on my notes. And that is Modern Warfare 2. We all remember Modern Warfare 2, if we're old enough. And we've got a few more leaks. Well, not a few more leaks. But, we've seen that there's a remaster of the campaign. Nothing so far on the multiplayer. Why couldn't I think of the word multiplayer? But what we do know is the release. Sorry. We know that there's a possible release for 2022. Well, according to who is it? Was it Hendrickson? Or not Hendrickson. Henderson. Tom Henderson. In 2019, Infinity Ward rebooted Modern Warfare and realized it as a... Sorry. Infinity Ward rebooted Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and released it as just Modern Warfare. The game is a big success both critically and commercially. As a result, many assumed a reboot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in the same style would eventually follow. And that's exactly what's happening, I guess. I don't know. That's just what comicbook.com says. The report comes from Tom Henderson, who's one of the most prominent and reliable insiders when it comes to Call of Duty. Over the past few years, he's proven reliable on numerous occasions with scoops pertaining to Warzone, Modern Warfare, and Black Ops Cold War. He doesn't really release anything else about the game, and it's worth noting he doesn't outright claim it's releasing in 2022. Instead, he lists that game, Modern Warfare 2, alongside 3 others that he thinks should be released in 2022, followed by the eyes emoji. I mean, I get it. You can't really be 100% sure. Now, what I want to know is if they do this in 2022, is it just going to be a remaster of the game that we played back in 2011, I think it was? I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a good game, but if that's the case, why not just keep up the support for the regular Modern Warfare? And where are my notes? I have so many Google tabs open. But like if that's the case, just keep supporting regular, the Modern Warfare 1 and release the Modern Warfare 2 maps remastered into, Modern Warfare. You can add operators, but if you're just gonna re-release an old game like that, it worked once. Don't get me wrong. But when's the point where we stop paying for new versions of old games, What is that? February 20th, they teased soap again. I need to look up in the past week just because. Search. Quick scoping on Rust. Okay. 1 year later. No thanks, I'll keep blocking ads. Okay, so this guy, this is an article from Wesley Yin Poole from Eurogamer.net, and it's titled, 1 year later, Warzone has changed Call of Duty forever. He says, Warzone was my lockdown game. Funnily enough, they both started around the same time. Think about it, that is a little funny. Activision's big Call of Duty Battle Royale launched on March 10th of 2020 and was immediately hit. Then, just 2 weeks later, the first UK lockdowns begin. But Warzone's more than just a mega popular battle royale. It's changed Call of Duty forever and dragged the series kicking and screaming back into the big time. Built on the foundations of Infinity Ward's 2019 Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Warzone's a technical marvel that feels great to play. It moves like Modern Warfare, shoots like Modern Warfare, and plays like Modern Warfare, all on an enormous scale. It's an action-packed battle royale that has its camping problems, as all battle royales do, particularly when played solo, but getting a few friends and it's a blast. Warzone's Gulag, which offers those who die a chance at a return to the action if they can defeat another player in a 1v1, is an inspired idea brilliantly executed. Stressful, exhilarating, and memorable. Warzone established itself as the Battle Royale of the year and sits comfortably on the pantheon of the genre's greats. I don't know how to talk. It's certainly not plain sailing, though. One thing that's dogged Activision over the last year is cheating with Warzone. I mean, we've talked about that a couple times. This is an issue many games face, but it seems particularly problematic here. So much so that some console players disable crossplay to avoid PC hackers. Activision's released a number of statements about cheating in Warzone, but the game quickly got a reputation for hacking, and it's not shaking it anytime soon. There are signs of recent bans having some impact on Warzone cheating, but it's still a big problem for the game, and I don't see it going away anytime soon. The cheating accusations have extended to Warzone's skill-based matchmaking, which Activision seemingly refuses to discuss, despite the community's pleas. Third-party websites will tell you how difficult your lobby is, and at one point they tell you how difficult your lobby was going to be, prompting the emergence of bot lobby cheaters. Warzone's SBMN has become an underground effort. I've heard about everything from people tinkering with their region and time of day to joining the worst person in the lobby in a bid to match up with low-skilled opponents. There are even reports of players using alternate accounts with a low KD to gain access to low-skill lobbies with their high-skill main account, then logging out of the alternate account. And let's not forget so-called input device cheats. where is it? Where cheats fool the game into thinking they're using a controller when they're actually using a mouse and keyboard. Warzone's been a relatively buggy game for the first year too. I mean, infinite stim glitches. There's one in Outbreak for invincibility now. I think it's Outbreak. I don't know. There's a lot that needs to get fixed. And then I'm randomly hearing about Cold War split screen. I mean, I don't play split screen with anybody ever because, you know, I don't have friends. But they're saying it's bad, and I just don't think... I don't think it's wrong. I mean, if a lot of people are saying it, in Call of Duty split screens, let's be honest, they've never been that good. I haven't played split screen in Call of Duty for... I don't know, when was the Xbox 360 out? You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while. And I don't know. That being said, I've been taking up your time for about 51 minutes and 45 seconds. I wanted to thank you for dropping by. I mean, feel free to tell your friends about us so that they can come and join us. You can find us on YouTube / look up Beta Bits. It's the same thing. Bring them here. We actually have an audio-only podcast, too. I mean, I literally just take the audio from this and upload it. And you can find that on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, just pretty much anywhere, all your favorite podcasting apps, you can find it. And I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. And until then, just stay frosty.